Hello and welcome to another station update. So after I um, last time at the end of the video, I mentioned that the chickens were not producing eggs. I figured it out. Now there are actually two chickens, and I got a whole bunch of eggs. And I also made another video earlier about everything I found out. Um, Regarding chickens and eggs. So if you're having trouble getting eggs like I did, be sure to check it out. I'll put a link in the description for that kind of a guide or tutorial, if you will. So that's for the chicken. It's good. I actually started eating muffins. So now I'm having, let me just eat a little bit and I can drink up to 175% of water. So that's all good. Um, Another thing I did, let me just get out here. Another thing I did was I set up a whole bunch of advanced furnaces inside a pressurized room. This is going to be very hot. Um, but the idea is basically each furnace is connected to a pipe system. All of these are insulated, and you can see the input and output are connected. So basically, what I wanted to do was to have this is uh, pollutant in the pipe as well as in the room. So I wanted to have heated pollutant to like heat up the furnace instead of using fuel. And this is 800K. I have another around 1,500 and 2,000. So these are just furnaces with different temperatures, and I can use the input pump to set the desired um, pressure that I want in the furnace to achieve different alloys. So based on the type of different types of alloys, these four temperatures are good. And there's the other one on the outside I showed last time, which is kind of a premixer, and also it takes all the random gases out of the ore. So I would prepare the mixture in that furnace before taking it in. And this is just like a closed loop of pollutant inside the system. There's no other junk air in it. Um, and yeah, this is actually quite successful. I made quite a bit of alloys. This way, it's much easier to operate compared to using fuel. Um, and the reason this room is pressurized is simply because, well, there's nothing in the furnace right now, but the furnace would radiate or convect based on whether it's in vacuum or inside an atmosphere. So right now it's inside a relatively hot atmosphere. It means that it would convect less compared to if it's inside a vacuum. So that's the reason this room is pressurized. Um, yeah, so these are all the furnaces. Let's go up. Right. I added a whole bunch of solar panels. It's not possible to see them, all of them right now. Here I had two scripts. Um, One of them is just showing the current charge level of all the batteries. So it basically calculates the total charge of all of the two different types of batteries and see a number. Uh, that's the total charge. This is the total ratio, and this is the current charge or discharge rate. Because we're at night, it's discharging. It's being used up. And there's another script that basically says when the battery level drops below 20%, I want to turn off some uh, appliances automatically, like the one that's connected to all the furnaces. This one would be turned off. I think this one uh, with all the ice crushers would also be turned off. So there are a few of those that automatically get turned off. But I just added a whole bunch of solar panels, so it's not really a problem anymore. And also, during the process where all the gases were being heated up for the furnaces, it used a lot of electrical energy. So that was when it was dropping below 20. So I wrote that script just to like shut off the less important things and make sure there's enough battery power for the more important stuff like the habitats, the air supply, water supply, and all that. So these are the two scripts, and as usual, I actually have already uploaded the scripts onto Steam Workshop, and I will put a link in the description. And another thing I did, kind of a quality of life thing, if you will, is I just wrote a very simple script where the printers, I can set exactly the amount of item I need with a dial. So because without this, the behavior of the printer is like it will keep printing until you turn it off or until it runs out of resources. But let's say I want to print, just say 10 coils, 10, and I can set this to 10, and I just start it as usual. And as it gets printed, you can see it drops by one every time it prints a thing, and once it reaches zero, it stops. So that's all the scripts does. And without changing it, I can also just print one item if I want, and it will automatically stop. So yeah, I think this is quite useful because sometimes, like if there's a item that takes a bit of time to print, and I only want one of those, this will just uh, allow me to leave it without sitting here. So yeah, this is another script. Um, and that's actually pretty much everything I want to cover in this update. Now, I have an idea what I want to do next. I want to try out the rocketry system. It looks like it's a big system that I haven't touched yet at all. So I want to try that out, see how that works. And after that, I also want to build a more organized base, if you will, because this space has been kind of grown organically. I didn't quite know how to arrange everything in terms of how much space I need. A lot of things are kind of crammed here and there. For example, the big tanks downstairs, I had to like have this kind of pattern because upstairs, I used small tanks originally, and I didn't have enough space. So I needed to go downstairs and like kind of put the tanks on two different sides so that there's enough room. So I kind of want to expand onto a proper, like more organized space. I'm thinking maybe rooms of like 5 by 5, 10 by 10, 5 by 10, something like that. And then just separate everything out with the grid, um, like like that. So that's kind of my next steps and long-term plan. Um, but that's everything I have for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.